Hello everyone, good evening, good welcome to another InGear Motorsport live stream. We're back for round 2 after that slightly spooky little intro. So all sorts of things running around the track tonight. Going to be putting the drivers off on a rather slippery Barcelona circuit. But I'm sure there's a couple of people that will be tuning in for one particular thing straight off the bat that we need to get out of the way.
I mean,
Charlotte's back as well. Charlotte's back. You're a bit overshadowed though. We've got a new addition to commentary box. This is Poppy.
A bit tired though.
Make sure, I don't know if Poppy's well enough on the screen. So drivers have just started a 15-minute qualifying session, which will determine the grid order for tonight's racing. Following that, the grid will be set, and then they'll make their way off for a 60-minute race. If you have seen some of our races before, then you'll have noticed that at the first round of this championship, we've changed it slightly on things like the pit window side of things. They can pit whenever they like, pretty much within 2 minutes of racing. It used to be a 10-minute window, right slap bang in the middle. That's been an interesting change. I don't know how much it'll affect things in the rain, but yeah, there's a whole host of new drivers out there as well, so we've got lots to look forward to. Then everyone, it's time for the second round of our Winter is Coming Championship. The drivers are lined up and ready on the grid, and we've got some exciting racing in the rain at Barcelona tonight at the Catalonia track. Charlotte, who's your money on?
I'm going to go Bjorkman.
So we just had to do a little rain dance with Chrissy Palmer, and he's gone and stuck it on pole in the BMW. So nice job then. Chrissy Palmer takes pole position. The drivers are just starting their rolling up lap in the background, so we can run through the grid order for you. Chrissy's around 5th or 6th in the championship, so good opportunity for some points tonight. And of course, no Dom Stallman racing at this 3-mile long circuit and 13 turns. We're about to head into turn 1 very, very shortly. Engelhardt in the bright yellow Porsche. And lights are out, away we go. Looks like Bjorkman's got a slightly better start as they head down to turn 1, but Chrissy's going to have the racing line on the inside. Engelhardt looks like he's going to tuck in nicely. All the top 4 getting away and very, very close. Looking in the background for any cannonballs coming in, hopefully not too much. Some drivers playing it safe further back, I saw. Looks like Bjorkman's going to try and go around the outside, and does. I see a Vega Simcar, I think, or maybe that was Arnold spinning out in the background, but it looks like there's 4 or 5 drivers caught up at the first chicane. But once again, the top 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 all getting away nice and clearly as they run around that long right-hand corner of Renault of each driver. And you can also see as Mitchell's having a bit of a look on the inside, that was very, very close to being an incident as Jachtenberg kind of lost the rear end a little bit. Mitchell was, as tight as he could go, and he's going to push him to the outside of the chicane. Jachtenberg has a little bit of think about going back, but that was actually overall firm but fair, I would say, from Mitchell. I just thought in the background there, while we were looking at timings, you could see Heath was closing a little bit more, but he's not managed to do it this lap. So we can see all the way down to 35th just then before we went off. Right then, that's Kirk now all over the back of Drafal and Akbala trying to get through. And that's brought Mitchell onto contention here. So this is absolutely where the action's at the moment. Things are heating up a little bit for this sort of the back end of the top 10s at the moment. We need to make sure we don't miss any action at the very front of the grid, but it looks like Chrissy's 2.5 seconds back. So at the front of this little trail then, you've got the Porsche of Drafal, then you've got Akbala in P9, and then Heath, who's just dropped back to what would be 7th as it updates, and Mitchell in 8th. We've just seen a live feed of Charlotte's parents watching on Twitch.
My dad was there.
That's all right. I'm loving the commitment. And that was Kurt going through and Akbala. Then he's going to have a look at Drafal as well in 2 corners. He's going to try and have a go at doing 2 cars. And I think he's going to make it stick. There's a little bit of elbows there, but they were both level at the entrance of the corner. So it was kind of as they go through. Now, Akbala's the one that's come out worst on that. Stay on the outside. Drafal, I didn't think went any wider than he needed to, but it was enough for Akbala to spin. Whether that was actually contact or just couldn't get the car rotated properly, I don't know. I just saw while you were talking there that Booth, number 57 for Formula L, has just got disqualified for track limits. So that to me sounds like the game-generated penalty of track limits. You know, the game could be a little bit harsh sometimes.
Oh, sorry. Drafal just spinning there. Looked like he just put the power in maybe a little bit too early, and the back of the car just stepped out and wrapped its way around. So he's dropped a considerable way back, but managed to keep it on the track. And it was actually, if you're going to have a little bit of a moment, that was probably the way to do it. So he's back going.
Well, let's go to the pink warbird then, as Liam comes in to serve his pit stop just a lap later. Oh, Vols has had a nightmare. His car's just given him slick tyres in this pouring rain. And if you didn't see that in chat, Charlotte's just mentioned driver of the day vote is open and has been for 5 minutes. So you'll be able to get that in now if you want as well. So to vote for your favourite driver, just type their name in chat. Lamborghini for Angry Brit Racing, and you've got the bright yellow Porsche. You've got two of the brightest coloured cars on a track. It's like two highlighters going down the straight here. We know who's who quite clearly, which is wonderful for me. Thank you very much for that, everyone. As Engelhardt is really close to that back bumper of Buchan's car there. So Martin's got a full rear view of Engelhardt right now in that bright yellow Porsche behind his bright pink Lamborghini. I think Engelhardt's going to go through. Sorry, just cut you off because actually there was a back marker there. Klimpson was right on the edge of the track, couldn't get any further out, but I think still was clipped slightly by Martin. But in the process, just before that, Engelhardt got through. I think Martin then didn't have much room to avoid. Speaking of Neil Kidd, then that's him in front of Buchan at the moment, getting blue flagged. Now Neil's a good one to usually see how things should be done properly. So let's put him on the spot now and see a nice, good example of a blue flag. So Neil tries to move over to the right-hand side. I think, to be fair, done the right thing. He's carried on, because if you stop going into that chicane, it very quickly ends up in a crash. So he'll probably now pull off to the side or just back off for Martin to get through cleanly. There you go, pulls to the right-hand side. There you go, head on through. And Martin has a little flash of the lights as well. And we'll be hoping that Neil backs off.
For a second then, he made that easy, but not overly easy is what I'd say with that one. I was waiting for that. Yeah, I think Ben's having a little bit of a mare in the background with his internet, so we'll give him a minute.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think we're at the whim of whatever's going on around the internet sort of area at Ben's tonight. Oh God, we've just commentated Kirst Baxter, who finds himself heading over a sausage curb at the last chicane there, rejoining in front of Jachtenberg, Ralph Jachtenberg that is, but managing to stay out of the way enough. You can see Baxter up ahead just squirming a little bit, trying to get the power down coming out of Renault Bend there as they drop under the Repsol bridge. Looks like Klimpson's pulling out to the inside. Is he going to make that stick and get it stopped? More importantly, goes all the way down to gear 1 to make sure he can retain some engine braking and gets that move done quite nicely. Max Baxter is the master behind most of these, or at least as far as I'm aware, he's done them all. Might be one or two he hasn't, but I think he has.
It's looking very close between him and Sharman there. A nice move by Sharman. Yeah,
Sharman, to be fair. He spoke too soon. There he is. Right then, Vols pulls to the inside, heading into turn 1. Is he going to make this stick? Baxter tucks in right and nice and neatly behind him, but they both get through without any issues there, looking like a nice job done as they then head up through to Renault. We've got 4.5 minutes left of this race, and still these cars running quite closely. You've got a mix of cars lapping and unlapping as they're running through all over the place. And as I say that, Neil Kidd has a big slide, but manages to stay out of the way. Didn't see what caused it. I just saw him going sideways. After almost a full hour of racing, it's literally less than a second between second and third place. Engelhardt has just got through on Chrissy, because I think, did Chrissy run wide somewhere? I was looking at the timing screen. It's typical, isn't it? So Spearhead Race Engineering about to win the second race for the team. Different driver. Speaking of, Mitchell down in P6. Not a bad effort with 30 kilograms of ballast. Look at that. He's taking a nice... oh my. He slows right down. He's trying to do something here. I don't know what he's actually doing. Is he running out of fuel or something?
Jesus.
I think he's running out of fuel.
Even has finished the race.
We'll have to find out there. That's a dramatic end to this race,
God,
but close as it was, Bjorkman wins the fight.
I literally thought that Bentley was going to plough into the back of him then.
That was Bart as well, so they would have been on comms together. So, driver of the day goes to Hank. So well done then, everyone that's come in and voted for him. You can certainly give him the good news on that one. So Bjorkman come in as the winner, of course, and then we're so fixed on what he was doing on that last corner that we almost missed. But we did see Engelhardt come in P2, Chrissy Palmer P3, losing out on the last couple laps. That's P2 spot, but still on a podium. Well, look, that's it for round 2. As always, I can't believe how fast it goes. That's pretty much it for me. Thanks for Charlotte. Thanks for Poppy, who's now gone. George and Harry in the background, as always, as well, and Ben. So thanks, guys. Good night, and see you next time.